Hey there everyone, welcome to Violet's Dream Tarot. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. If you're new, welcome in. Please do consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video if you enjoy it. We do pick a card readings here, not just with cards, but with charms and dice as well. So I'm doing slightly different reading today, one that I haven't really done anything like before. This is going to be called What is Your Magical Power? So with it being October, I wanted to come up with some fun reading themes. So this week is going to be what is your magical power? We'll be looking to see if there are any special gifts that you have, any psychic abilities, any magical abilities, etc. I'll just be reading the cards intuitively and I'll be shuffling on camera. As you can see, we've got two new tarot decks here that I'm really excited to use and to show you. They just came in over the past couple of days. And I also want to say today a special thank you to Anita, who has got us these lovely new cards for the channel. Affirmators at Work. Now they are work-related cards, but I thought I'd use them in this reading just to see if they resonate with the reading. And they're really cute. They look like this. I have like a lot of writing on them. So thank you so much, Anita. You are so generous. Anita is also a patron as well. So please do show her some love in the comments if she is there, you guys. Say thanks to Anita for the lovely new deck that we have. And yeah, it was a lovely surprise, as it always is. So thank you so much for that. So I'm going to show you the piles now. So pile one, as you can see, we've got these chocolate frog cards on here. I have plenty of chocolate frog cards. I really love chocolate frogs because I love collecting the wizard cards. So if you like these, let me know in the comments, and then in another video I can use some cards with some lesser known wizards on them. But pile one, we have beautiful Rowena Ravenclaw, and I am a Ravenclaw. And then we have the Dark Mansion Tarot for pile one. It's so beautiful. It's really soft as well. So that just arrived yesterday. So that's pile one. Pile two is Albus Dumbledore and the new Halloween Tarot, which is really lovely. And pile three, we have Godric Gryffindor and the Deviant Moon Tarot. So it's fine to pause the video if you need more time and just ask yourself, what is my magical power, or what psychic gift do I have, or something along those lines, and see which pile you're most drawn towards. So even if you are a Ravenclaw, don't just automatically choose Rowena Ravenclaw. If you feel really drawn to one of the other piles, then that will be the pile that is more accurate for you. I always say to pick intuitively. So just because you love Dumbledore, don't choose Dumbledore unless you're feeling really drawn to that pile. It's also fine to choose more than one pile. If you feel drawn to more than one, you might find in that case that only about half of each pile resonates with you, but that's fine and that's normal as well. This is a pick a card reading on YouTube, so it's not a private reading. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So with all that being said, when you're ready, pause the video if you do need more time, but when you're ready, I am going to start, and I'm starting with pile one, Rowena Ravenclaw. Okay, if you chose pile one with Rowena Ravenclaw and the Dark Mansion Tarot, then this will be your reading. So let's shuffle the tarot cards first, and then we've got plenty of oracle cards. And like I said, if you're new, we do charms and dice here as well. So when all the cards are out, I'll be putting those on top. So make sure that you stay and get your full reading. So group one, magical powers, special abilities. Okay, so let's see what they can say. 8 of Cups, and also the 7 of Cups, then the Hermit, and the Magician. So it's interesting, we're asking about magical powers, and we've got the Magician. So I just love this deck, you guys. The only thing that's a bit difficult about it is that because it's kind of soft, the material that it's made from, it's almost a bit velvety, the cards stick together, so they're a little bit hard to shuffle. But if you are, interested in this deck, if you really like it, then I recommend buying it, although it is on the pricey side because it is an independent deck. So yeah, I can see that you are quite a spiritual person generally, like that is just coming through anyway. There might also be Virgo traits for this group, and I see you as being actually quite diverse. So I don't think that you just have one specific area of interest when it comes to spirituality. Some of you might be really into yoga, some of you may be witches and wizards, some of you may be into law of attraction, other things like that. I just see this being kind of like part of your everyday life. Like, it's not a separate thing, it's like involved in your entire life. But I feel as though it wasn't always the case. Like, I think that with this Eight of Cups card, you possibly tried to turn away from it in the past, or you possibly have tried to ignore it for a long time because you didn't think it was real. Like, you didn't think that the visions you were getting were real, you thought you were just making it up, or you didn't really think that magic could work. You know, you just wanted it to be true. So I get this energy of you trying to ignore it for a long time, or kind of trying to not actively pursue it for a while. But I do see you as being good manifestors, and I think spell casting is coming through quite strongly for this pile. Like spell casting and manifestation, so casting spells in order to bring something into your life. And so also meditation as well is coming through here. Meditation being able to bring in changes to your life. But I'm super interested to see what the Oracle cards will say, if they're going to back me up on this. I wouldn't be surprised as well if a lot of you have maybe an interest in reading occult texts. Some of you may also be alchemists. We've got card number 10, Red, Forgive. And number 20, Lighthouse, Don't Doubt Your Worth. And this is what I was talking about with the Eight of Cups. It feels like you didn't think that what you were doing was having any effect, or you didn't think that you really had this power. It was like you just wanted to believe that you did, but you just weren't convinced within yourself. This card is interesting with the Red, Forgive. I'm almost being drawn more to the flowers than the words. Like, I'm wondering if some of you work with herbs and flowers and roots of plants in order to create spells, potions, talismans even. Maybe some of you quite big into aromatherapy. But the Forgive may be connected to this card, Don't Doubt Your Worth. And also red, of course, makes me think of the root chakra. Okay, then we have Contract, number 6. Interesting. So that again, it's like screams spellcasting for me. Like, you're trying to make a contract with the laws of nature, or maybe even a particular deity or entity. Possibly as well, this is just part of your life experience in this lifetime. It's part of why you're here. It's kind of written in your Akashic records. Then we have It's Time to Take Action, New Moon in Aries, and Prosperity Lies Ahead, New Moon in Taurus. So definitely the actions that you take, whether that is conscious meditation in the law of attraction, or whether it's actual spell casting, it creates change in your life, or it brings new opportunities towards you. Brown Bear Spirit, number 9, Take Time Out. I feel like that is less about stop doing what you're doing and more about make sure you protect your energy. If this is something that you do regularly, make sure that you are protected and grounded. That might also be connected to the red with the root chakra, staying grounded. And of course as well, this could again be connected to that first card that I keep being drawn back to, the Eight of Cups, about walking away or ignoring this or stopping doing this for a time. Maybe someone made you believe that this was wrong or that this was weird in some way, and you tried to fit in with someone else or with a group of people, and therefore you stopped paying attention to this part of your life, or you stopped engaging in this part of your life. But I honestly feel as though it is a big thing for you. It's part of your everyday existence. So most of you, I believe, are already aware of this, or it is something that you have at least engaged in the past. I don't think that a lot of you have never tried something like this before, or that this is completely new knowledge to you. Okay, you've got 2 Akashic Tarot cards. So King of Forces in the reverse, And that does indicate that there has been a man in your life who has very disruptive energy, who tried to bring you down in some way. And then Seven of Force is balance. Wow. And this is like contracts again. It's like a very legal setting. Let's get a couple more cards. Education in the reverse, number 35. Kind of makes me think almost of re-education. Rather than not being educated or like resisting being taught something, I feel as though it's like you taught yourself this because it was something that was inherent within you already. Like in a way it didn't need to be taught, but I think some of you, as I said before, have been reading occult texts or have an interest in that. Okay, one of the new cards. Value. Wow, and this actually really resonates with the reading. I wasn't sure if these cards would resonate today with the subject matter, but this really resonates. So it says, I'm a valuable member of my team and I bring a unique component to this job. I will not accept any self-conscious doubts about whether or not I belong here, and all inner quests about my own worth must be submitted in writing, then subsequently burned in a tire fire. So yes, definitely feel like a lot of you really doubted your abilities or really doubted whether this was something you could actually do or something you should be doing as well. Some of you may have had quite a strict or religious upbringing, and therefore you felt that this was just on one level not right or shouldn't be done. Here and now, number 32, living in the moment. But again, I just get this feeling of being able to change your reality. And then your Edgar Allan Poe playing card says, Six of Hearts, which is Six of Cups. I have great faith in fools, self-confidence, my friends call it. So again, this energy of self-confidence, but I love that quote. It's so tongue-in-cheek. I have great faith in fools, self-confidence, my friends call it. I think you have a great energy. Group 1, there's this kind of not self-deprecating energy from you. It's almost like, meh, you know, I can laugh at myself. I can, you know, don't take myself too seriously because of all the things I've experienced in the past. That's the energy that I get from you here, that you're able to have a laugh and a joke about things that you've been through because you no longer take yourself too seriously, I think, or you no longer put too much stock on individual experiences. Being drawn back to this balance card for some reason just makes me think again of grounding, of karmic balance, of balancing all of the elements within yourself. So again, what I was talking about, alchemy. Really, really interesting. So I'm curious to see what your charms will tell us now, group 1. So quick disclaimer, if you're wearing headphones or you don't like the sound of the charms, do turn the volume down just for a moment while I shuffle them because it may be a little bit too loud for you. So group 1, magic powers. I should have mentioned earlier as well, apart from Virgo, I am getting a strong Libra energy for this pile. We've got the letter A here, so that could be alchemy, also law of attraction. We've got an angel wing there, so some of you really working with angels as well. A lot of you really prone to overanalyzing your situation. So again, that energy of Virgo and air signs coming through. I think you're learning to live at peace with the here and now, because there's a lot of uncertainty in the past from you with this hairdryer. Makes me think of the phrase blowing hot and cold, like you're really not sure what you want to do or what you should be doing. You can't seem to rest on a particular decision. But now I feel like you're not that way anymore. You're a lot more confident about yourself or a lot more peaceful about yourself, because we've got the gun here as well, which indicates all negative emotions for me, whether it's sadness, anger, bitterness, jealousy, you know, regret, all of those things being released or needing to be released. We've got a good luck charm there as well, which is also a Celtic symbol. Some of you possibly druids or really interested in the old Celtic beliefs. You've got a good friend here as well. So I'm wondering if you found your people or your person in some way, like, and that has helped you to feel more at peace with this situation, that there's someone you know who has similar views or is interested in similar things to you, because you've really been through it in the past. Like, I can see this charm that I call the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets because of how it looks, and that indicates dealing with a really difficult situation, kind of unleashing a monster and having to battle it. And also the skeleton in the closet, so the past experience that was very traumatic or painful or even shameful to you in some way, needing to be released again. And that has landed on the King of Forces, which to me indicates a male who is very disruptive, who tries to remove the power from other people because he is afraid that if other people have power, then there's none left for him. So that's the energy that's coming through from that card. That will ring true for some of you. We've got the swallow there as well, about something returning to you. So I'm wondering if this is about your interest in this returning, or your passion for this returning to you after you'd been through this difficult experience. And finally, we have the wheat sheaf, which is my abundance symbol. So I really feel like you're good at manifesting abundance. And again, that brings me back to the letter A that's here, group 1. So let's put your dice on top as well to finish up. Okay, so we're rolling number 5, which is the actions dice. They look like that. And I'm rolling 7 of them for you today. So group 1. Yeah, there we have it there. The friend or the person who is on a similar path to you, helping you to balance out your energy. Because then we've got all of these signs of struggle as well. We've got the person lifting up the heavy weight who isn't sure that they can do it. We've got the person pushing against the brick wall, and the person trying to reach something really up high. So it feels like you really struggled with this aspect of yourself for a long time. Maybe you knew that you had an interest, for example, in spellcasting, but for a long time you kept getting it wrong, or you couldn't get the ingredients for things, or you didn't have access to spell books, or you just weren't doing it right, or you were struggling with it. But I don't feel like that's the case anymore. We can see the crying face here as well. I really feel like you've had a tough time when it comes to your spiritual side. But now it's becoming much more balanced for you. You're becoming much more at peace with the whole situation. You're more in control of this now. You're learning to value yourself more. I really love this card, that it really fit with the reading. And then we've got the person who is like digging themselves deeper into a hole. And also the person who is falling, but it's landed like upside down. So almost like stopping yourself from falling. And yeah, this just makes me think again of being stuck in that cycle of low self-worth or of self-doubt, being stuck in the cycle of feeling like you need to justify your actions all the time when really you should just be doing what feels right to you. So I feel you were able to stop yourself before you hit rock bottom. You were able to come back upwards. You were able to, like fall in reverse in a way. And I do see you having got back on the horse with regards to this. So I think some of you are now trying to research more into this, or learn more about this, or practice it more regularly just to see what effects it can have. But definitely I think spellcasting is the thing that's coming through the most strongly, but then also alchemy and law of attraction, meditation, manifestation, etc. is coming through as well. And I think some of you also work with angels, and a lot of you work with herbs and flowers. So I hope you enjoyed this, group 1. I hope it resonated with you. Please do let me know in the comments below if it did. I love reading all of your comments, and please consider subscribing and liking this video if you haven't already. In the description box of this video, there are also links as to how you can help out the channel if you want to show your support as well. I have an Instagram page for the channel where I'm trying to post daily cards, although sometimes I'm not able to do it every day, but I am trying to do it every day as far as I can. I also have a Patreon page where you get monthly rewards in return for showing your support for the channel. I have a PayPal link for tips and donations to the channel that help me keep doing these videos, and my lovely Amazon wishlist where I have tarot and oracle decks that I'd really love to get for the channel. So if you want to be super generous like Anita was, please do consider checking that out and getting a new deck for the channel, because it really is lovely when I see that waiting for me. It's lovely to bring new energy to the channel in that way. I do have an Etsy page as well. Currently I'm running a very limited offering due to personal reasons, so thank you to everyone who has supported me in that way, and everyone who has been very understanding about that. I am still offering some things such as angel healing sessions, and every now and then there will be readings available. I'm also offering the affirmation card pull and the wheel of wisdom spin as usual, but other things will be less available on there, but you can go and check it out and see if there's anything on there that you would like to book, if that's something that interests you. And yeah, thank you for spending your time with me here today. Thank you for watching Group 1. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye, take care. Okay, Group 2, if you chose Albus Dumbledore and the Halloween Tarot, then this is your reading. So let's take a look at the cards first and see what they can tell us, and then we will also be doing your charms and dice as always. So if you're new, do stick around and make sure that you get your full reading. So Group 2, Magical Powers. Let's see what we have here. We've got the 10 of Ghosts, first of all, which is the 10 of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. Judgment. And the 6 of Bats. I really love this deck, by the way. I think I'm going to have to use it all year round and not just in the Halloween period. What I'm seeing is pretty interesting. Firstly, with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like you can be quite lucky sometimes, maybe even without realizing it. I think sometimes you have been saved from certain experiences without you even being aware of it. So even if you think to yourself like, oh, I'm not a lucky person, I never win anything, I think you've actually been protected from disasters and saved from certain things, and therefore you're not aware of just how lucky you are. Secondly, I think as well there is like a strong past life thing here, like you're able to remember previous lifetimes, or you feel a really strong connection to previous lifetimes. And I think as well the people in your life that are really meaningful to you have been with you for multiple lifetimes. So there is this strong soul family connection, this feeling of having these really close people that you'll do anything to protect, you'll do anything for them. So definitely there is this connection to cycles of past lives and being able to remember them, or being able to kind of, if you can't properly remember them, sense what they might have been like, or sense what lessons you might have learned, or sense who might have been there with you. And yeah, the 6 of Bats makes me think about escaping disaster or escaping from difficult experiences unscathed, or at least stronger than you would have been otherwise. So I'm interested to see what the rest of the cards will say. Patience, number 16. That's interesting, especially when we're talking about cycles that are repeating throughout previous lifetimes. I feel like you have a deep understanding of a lot of the people in your life purely because you've known them for so long. Mirror, number 4. Treat your body like the palace it is. Wow. So I think as well, this isn't just about you, because I keep being drawn back to the first card in this deck that came out, which is the 10 of Ghosts. And so I feel like part of your magical power is your ability to uplift other people within your soul family. Like, people are naturally drawn to you because they know that you will make them feel better. And there's like this lovely dawning colour in both of these cards. Like the dawn is finally coming after a dark night, and I just feel like that's part of the power you have. Like you are able to uplift other people, you are able to positively affect other people's auras and help them as well to overcome difficult situations. I feel like a lot of people feel lucky to know you. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. So again, cycles of past lives, you know, things not just being in this lifetime. I think you have this way of looking at the world, like, you know, not making a mountain out of a molehill, or even if you have a difficult experience, thinking, okay, but this isn't the end of me, you know, I'm more than this, I'm more than this traumatic experience, or I'm more than this day that I've spent crying, or I'm more than this rejection, you know. And that's not just because you know that you have so much life left to live, and because you know that in the past you've also come back from difficult experiences. I feel like it's because whether consciously or subconsciously, you know that you've been through worse in previous lifetimes, and then you've had like whole new incarnations. So I think you have this optimism that's able to keep pulling you out of the darkness, and in turn you give this to others, or you show other people an example of how to do this. So this is a really wonderful power that you have, group 2. Hawk Spirit, number 32, let spirit be your guide. So I think as well you have a strong connection, particularly to angels, I think, because obviously this is an angel here, and we've got like these birds, also a bird there, the bats as well here, kind of like little flying things. So that makes me think of angels. But I think you possibly also have connection to passed over loved ones, ancestors as well, who you never met in this lifetime. You have just this strong connection to the spirit world and the angelic realm, so you're able to get guidance from them, even if you don't realize that you're getting that. Like, you know, when you're sat crying and you just think, do you know what, enough is enough, I'm gonna make some dinner, you know, feels like you've just finally had enough and you're choosing to go and pursue something else and take your mind off things, but actually you've been given that nudge by an ancestor or an angel who says, hey, don't cry anymore, don't waste any more energy on this, go and do something else. So this is really, really interesting that you have this deep connection to others. It feels like a lot of you will be water signs because you have strong connections to other people. Then we've got 5 of Roses in reverse, the Garden, and 3 of Keys, the chess game. So again, this is very much about interpersonal relationships, and I think one of the powers you have is being able to tell when someone is not trustworthy, or being able to see when someone is being manipulated, or when someone is being unfairly treated. Like, you're able to just pinpoint that and say, like, pull someone to a side and say, look, I don't think that person is treating you in the right way, or I think you should realize that this person's been talking about you behind your back. Like, I think you're someone who is quite a good reader of people, especially from the outside, like maybe not so much in your own romantic relationships or close friendships. You know, this might extend better to seeing other people's relationships and being able to judge when someone is having the best time or not. I also think as well that you are very connected to children, that you are able to guide or comfort children. I feel like one of your callings, group 2, something that you might want to pursue, is being a child counsellor, child therapist, social worker, possibly even foster parent, like people who are there for the children who have no one else, people who are there to stand up for the children who don't otherwise have anyone to stand up for them. Strength, number 44, definitely. This resilience and this ability to see that you're stronger than an individual experience, and you're going to bounce back from something. but definitely your biggest powers come from the effects that they have on others or your interpersonal relationships. This is really interesting because group 1 was a lot more about personal development on the inside. Like it was a lot more about affecting changes in their own lives, but this is more about the changes that you affect in others, which is really sweet. Whoa, okay, so, right, group 1. I wasn't sure if this would resonate, these cards, because I just wanted to use them because they're brand new and because I wanted to thank the lovely Anita for getting them. But in group 1, it really resonated, and in group 2, it seems to have resonated as well. So this says participation. It says, rather than taking a passive backseat to what's going on around me, I seize the reins of initiative and participate. With my effort and influence, problems are fixed more quickly than normal, and my complaints magically turn into proactive solutions, as well as a nice stash of ammo for that "can I have a raise" conversation. So what I was talking about, like, you can't just stand back and see someone being hurt or see someone getting upset. Like, you've got to step in and say something or do something. And because of this, issues get solved more quickly. Karmic cycles get ended more quickly. You know, people are spared from having to suffer more than they need to because you come in and you help them, or you give them support, or you guide them. And that's a really incredible power to have, group 2. I love how he's like swooping down from the skies as well. Like he's seen something like the hawk would see, circling around, and then says, no, I'm going to go and do something about that. Okay, then we have got higher power, number 4. So what I was saying about being connected to a higher power. And imagine, number 20. Some of you are clairvoyant, or you have very vivid dreams. For a lot of you, I think it's more about feelings. Like you can just sense the atmosphere in a room, or you can sense when someone's unhappy but they're trying to mask it. Or you can sense when someone is lying or hiding something or is not trustworthy. Okay, and then your Edgar Allan Poe card is the Queen of Spades, which would be the Queen of Swords. And it says, man's real life is happy, chiefly because he is ever expecting that it will soon be so. So I'll read it again. Man's real life is happy, chiefly because he is ever expecting that it soon will be so. So like people are happy mainly because they're expecting that in the future they will be. So what I was talking about with the optimism and knowing that you can come back from things, knowing that this isn't the end of you, I love this. Because again, I wasn't sure in group 1 if it would resonate with what we've been talking about, but it really, really did. Like it actually repeated a phrase that we've been using. And so this is also pointing back to the Wheel of Fortune and the optimism and the resilience. So I just think this is incredible. I love it when the cards all come together like this. It just makes the reading so powerful. So let's get your charms on top now, group 2. And just a quick disclaimer, if you don't like the sound of the charms, or if you're wearing headphones or have the volume turned up loud, maybe just turn it down a little bit while I shuffle so that it isn't as loud as it can be, because they are metal charms. So group 2, magical powers. Okay, so we've got the letter M, and that could be related to magic. We've also got Scorpio. Like I said, I feel a lot of you are water signs or have a very strong water placement in your chart. We've got the infinity symbol, so again, that connection to cycles, past life cycles, being aware of others. The giraffe, which incredibly means seeing the bigger picture, seeing something from a higher standpoint. So that's crazy given that you've got that card about looking at the bigger picture. You've got 2 big love hearts here, so I definitely think that you're a very loving and caring person and that you're able to spread that magic of love to other people and to show them that you care. We've got the wrench, which is about fixing things, like I was saying about being able to make a situation better or improve a situation. Creativity. maybe coming up with creative solutions. For some of you, there is a connection to Canada here. For the rest of you, this charm just means that you are very resilient, that you are able to overcome and endure very difficult situations. You've got the sunflower there, which is the solar plexus chakra, and the sun card in tarot. So happiness, optimism, faith, again, very lucky person. Maybe even happy-go-lucky sometimes, and you see things clearly as well. That was what I was saying, that you were able to see when someone was untrustworthy or when you shouldn't trust a person. There are also Leo placements for some of you as well. You are beautiful, and I think that you are also capable of seeing the true beauty beneath others, because we've got the mirror card here which said treat your body like the palace it is, and I also noticed that we've got the fish skeleton, which partly makes me think Pisces, but it's also about low self-worth or doubting your own worth or feeling like you're not good enough or like you don't have enough money or talent or beauty or whatever. And I feel like you are able to look past someone's insecurities and see the beauty within them. And you may even be able to convince these people of what you see inside them. So maybe if someone is, you know, very upset about their weight or doesn't think that they have a pretty face or hates their hair and can't do anything to improve it, like they've tried everything, you can just see their beautiful smile and their sparkling eyes and their lovely voice and their beautiful personality, and you just think, why are you worried about that, you know? And you try and tell them about this, which is a really, really lovely ability to have. You've also got the Six of Wands charm there, which is about victory, good things coming your way. Again, I want to relate it to optimism, like you just expect the good things to happen or you expect things to improve, and that's why they do. You've got an earth elemental there. So some of you work with the earth elementals like the gnomes and some of the fairy kingdom. Then we've got 2 bits of explosion charm, which exploded in my charm tin. So that's about things happening suddenly or unexpectedly, maybe to do with this whole swooping down into a situation and getting involved. Then we have the worry thread and also the movie camera, which is all about things happening behind the scenes but not being visible to most people just yet. And what I make of this is that you worry about people when you can sense that they are struggling behind the scenes, or when you can sense that their relationship might be abusive behind the scenes, or that they're maybe not coping as well as they're pretending to. And so it's all about you worrying about what you physically can't see, but what you can magically or psychically sense. So let's also do your dice to finish up. Okay, we're rolling number 4, which is the Looney Tunes dice. These ones. And we're also rolling 4 of them for you today. So maybe 4 is a good number for you, because you do actually have 4, 4, and then 44. So maybe that's one of your lucky numbers. Straight away, I've got the cheese, and that always makes me think like something stinks, like something is suspicious, like you can tell that something is not quite right about a situation. You're very good at sniffing out what is wrong in a situation. I think also you can relieve blockages from people's energy, from people's mindsets as well. You're able to help them to look at a situation in a different way. The boomerang energy is quite interesting as well. I feel like in general you're an optimistic person, or you do your best to be a good person, and that energy comes back to you. Like there is strong, what's it called? Not law of attraction, but like karmic energy going on here. Like you're strongly aware of the karmic laws, and so you try to be as good a person as you can be. And then also the like catapult that's going on here. Like sending out that energy into the world, trying to start new things, trying to start a process and stop something from being inert like this, stop something from not moving or from not even getting off the ground. I think you offer people a lot of encouragement when they become stuck or when they just don't have the strength to start something or to change their situation. You try and help them through that. So definitely, just as an aside, I think really good careers would be in counselling, therapy, possibly like domestic violence charities, women's aid, things like that, working with children who have been abused, working with people who have escaped from difficult relationships or have had very traumatic upbringings, just all of those kinds of things, people who've been victims of crimes as well, who then need help to just readjust and get their confidence back after those experiences. I think you would be really well suited to all of these things because you have such a compassionate and caring energy. So I hope you enjoyed this group 2. You have a really lovely energy. Thank you so much for watching. I would love it if you would let me know in the comments how this resonated with you. I do love to read all of your comments, and please do consider subscribing if you haven't already and liking this video if you enjoyed watching it. If you would like to help out the channel in any way, then I have links in the description box as to how you can do that. So I have an Instagram page where I'm trying to post daily cards. I'm not managing it every day, but I am trying to do it every day. I also have a PayPal link for tips and donations to help me continue doing this on the channel. I have a Amazon wishlist for tarot and oracle decks. If you really want to be generous like the lovely Anita was, then do consider looking over there and seeing if there's anything that you think would work well on the channel with the other decks that I have. I've also got my Patreon page, of course, where you can get monthly rewards in return for supporting the channel. And you get to vote for new decks on there as well. And also you have the chance to win a monthly reading with me. And finally as well, I have an Etsy page. I am offering limited things on there at the moment due to personal reasons. So thank you to everyone who has been lovely to me about that and to everyone who's been very understanding about that. This is a bit of a difficult time, but I am still offering some things and I am trying to possibly bring in some readings on the weekends. So do check it out and see if there's anything you're interested in. But this won't be forever. So I will be bringing back more stuff in the future. But yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching today. Have a lovely rest of your day, group 2, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Take care. Okay, group 3, if you chose Godric Gryffindor and the Deviant Moon Tarot, then this is your reading. So let's take a look and see what the cards have to say about any magical powers that you might have. And of course, if you're new, we do charms and dice as well here when we've done all the cards, so make sure you stick around and get your full reading. So group 3. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. 6 of Swords, first of all. Interesting because group 2 also got the 6 of Swords. 3 of Wands. The Hermit. Wow. And 5 of Cups. And group 1 got the Hermit, so it's interesting how there's a little bit of overlapping going on here. So I can see Virgo energy currently coming through for this pile. What I'm seeing firstly is that there is just in general a tendency towards spiritual topics anyway, because you've got the Hermit, and that to me says that you've probably always been interested in meditation or in the spirit world or religion or magic. You know, you're interested in this kind of thing anyway. I'm also hearing paranormal for this group, so maybe some of you are into ghost hunting. I can see manifestation as well coming through with the 3 of Wands. Feels like you are aware of the law of attraction and that's something that you try to get involved in. I also feel like you try not to get involved with lower vibrational energies, like you're very aware of having to protect your energy from lower vibrational people, situations, etc. You just try and walk away from that if you feel like something's getting toxic. You just don't want to be a part of that because you're quite susceptible to psychic attacks, energy changes, etc. You're very perceptive of other people's energies and auras and things like that. And I feel like it can really get you down. It can really drain you. So some of you, I think, also can do readings like palm readings or tarot readings or tea leaf readings, but I think as well it's something that drains you, and it's something that you need to be careful that you don't do it too often, or that you have a very good cleansing ritual afterwards so that you aren't carrying around those energies, because it's something that can definitely unsettle you. So I'm curious to see what your oracle cards will be saying about this. I also feel like some of you in the past have felt bad about what you are doing, and I don't know if that's stemming from childhood, like maybe from a religious background, or just very strict parents who didn't want you to get involved in this kind of thing. I just get the feeling that you weren't always fully on board with this. Okay, so we've got the cornucopia there, number 11. So definitely strong manifestors. Cornucopia is like fulfilled wishes, abundance coming your way. And I feel like for some of you, this is the result of meditation and law of attraction mindset. And for some of you, it's more the result of spell casting. So just take that how it resonates. You are good enough, full moon in Virgo, so Virgo energy coming through again. I feel as though maybe as well some of you thought that you weren't able to do this, like it was a long struggle to be able to meditate or to be able to successfully work with the law of attraction. So there are definitely some self-doubt issues here, or being made to feel bad about this from childhood. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So there is this strong energy of spell casting that I'm getting as well. Library, number 22, take control of your own narrative. Definitely it feels like you want to be in the driver's seat of your life. You don't want to be taking like a passive step back. And so I think that's partly where positive thinking and spellcasting comes in for you. Because especially this, like this, in a way, it almost looks like voodoo, but it's like self-voodoo. It's like you're trying to control yourself in a positive way. And I think it's also, again, calling me back to the fact that you are aware that not everyone who communicates with the spirit realm or performs magic is doing it for good reasons. Like some people are doing it because they want to have power over others, and you're aware that you need to stay away from those kinds of people. We've got brown bear spirit, number 9, take time out. So this could refer to, in the past, you just trying not to do this because you weren't confident or because you thought it was wrong. It may also refer to you needing to take breaks when you do magic or when you do readings for people or for yourself, knowing that you need to step back from that to give you time to readjust and to reground yourself. Archangel Raphael, number 8. So some of you work strongly with Archangel Raphael. Some of you have very strong healing powers, hearing Reiki healing for some of you. But I feel like a lot of you send healing to people just through like thinking about them. You just think, I'm sending healing to my grandma, or I'm sending healing to this person, and, you know, sending them positive vibes. I feel like you do that almost without thinking, like almost naturally you just do that. Then we've got rock bottom, number 10. So this could again be related, I think, to depleted energy as a result of lower vibrational people. I think that you are especially susceptible to people bringing down your energy, and whether that is just because they are deliberately trying to attack you psychically, or because you just spend time with toxic people and they subconsciously drain your energy, I'm not sure. So you'll have to just take that how it resonates. But I do get this feeling that you are very easily drained, or you're very easily attacked by these people on an energetic level. Interesting that you've got 8, 9, and 10, and then 11, and then 22. It's like double 1, double 2. Okay, oh, you've got 2 of these cards actually. 2 Affirmators at Work cards. Balance and energy. Whoa! Oh my god, right, so group 3. In both of the piles beforehand, I wasn't sure that these cards would resonate because they are work-related cards, but they've resonated like incredibly in every pile. They've even repeated words that we've been repeating in the reading. So balance your energy. So let me just read this. This is one of the bonus cards. It says, burning the candle at both ends. That might give you double the ambience and twice the scent of ylang ylang, but you can't keep up that kind of energy evaporation forever. This card is reminding you to sprinkle some balance into your work-life recipe. When's the last time you ate a good meal, spent time with old friends, set foot outside? If you're working so hard your tank is empty, then you're not really doing your job any favours. So take a moment to stop and smell the ylang ylang. Your full-time sanity will thank you. And then the energy card says, I am a channel for the infinite supply of energy that flows through the universe. When I'm feeling cranky, discouraged, or worn out from this only Tuesday and already a nightmare, I get swept up in a golden cyclone of magical, glittering, vibrant AF dust and suddenly become the reigning champ of tirelessness. BRB, victory lap. So I just feel like this is so connected to how you're very energetically sensitive, and also it's important that you stay balanced and that you don't let people take from you energetically, and that you don't let people like affect you negatively in that way. A leg up, number 34. Interesting that you've got some repeated bear symbolism now as well. That makes me feel like you're good at advising other people, a leg up, like you're good at helping other people, maybe with their health, as we were talking about, sending them health, or maybe you're good at helping people who aren't quite as knowledgeable in this area as you to learn more about it, or setting them on the right path with regards to spirituality and magic and those kinds of things. And then your Edgar Allan Poe playing card is the Queen of Spades. So this is the one that group 2 got actually. So Queen of Spades is the Queen of Swords, and it says, man's real life is happy, chiefly because he is ever expecting that it soon will be so. So if I read it again, man's real life is happy, chiefly because he is ever expecting that it soon will be so. And that again just really speaks of manifestation to me, and it really speaks of optimism and law of attraction, where you're thinking positively and you're thinking that this will happen, or this has already happened. Like, you know, you've got to tune into the energy of something having already happened, and then it materializes into your life, you know, so that is strongly connected with your magical power. So group 3, I'm going to do your charms now, and I'm really interested to see what they show up, but just a little disclaimer before I do. If you don't like the sound of the charms, or if you have the volume turned up really loud, or maybe you're wearing headphones, I would recommend turning it down just slightly while I shuffle them, because they can be a little bit loud. So group 3, magical powers. Okay, so straight away I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 symbols of winter time and 1 symbol of the autumn. So these seem to be your best times when it comes to spellcasting or manifestation. This might also be when your birthday is. I can also see a guardian angel, so it seems as though some of you work with angels. And of course it's landed on Archangel Raphael, which I just think is really, really crazy that that's happened. You've got a jade ball here, which is the symbol of finances, wealth, and luck for me. So I feel like some of you are good at manifesting the money you need, or manifesting Job opportunities. Also, it kind of reminds me of health because it's green, so this could also be related to manifesting better health. We've got transformation there, being able to transform your life, seeing things clearly, seeing the truth of situations. I have got the skeleton in the closet there, so it does feel like there is something from your past that you find negative in nature. You can also see the downturned horseshoe, so it feels like in the past you think that you've really like hit rock bottom. You know, you've really had difficult experiences, you've really been completely drained or discouraged from following this path any further. I think it's important as well that you find your people, because we've got the lone wolf, the person who wants to have more support in their life, and then we've got the 3 of cups here, the 3 dolphins that are swimming around, and that landed on the hermit card. So I feel like you would possibly be better working in some kind of coven or working with people who have similar beliefs to you, similar ideas to you, because then you're stronger as a group. But I feel like you're almost afraid of doing that because you think, I don't want to mix with other people who do the same thing in case they secretly try to like affect me in some way, or they secretly try to control me. So there is definitely some kind of, I don't want to say issue, but just a kind of fear there regarding other people. We've got love hanging by a thread here, which to me is all about having difficulties with love or having difficulties with interpersonal relationships. And this may be due to an older man. This could be a father, grandfather figure, even a love interest who was older or more experienced than you. And I feel like they were very much the cause of a lot of difficulties for you. Know that you're protected. We've got a lot here about protecting your energy, divine intervention, rescue, creativity. Again, protecting your energy like the cactus, protecting yourself. There's a lot of this self-protection going on here. Then you've got both of my Alice charms. So this one is about gambling and risk-taking. Like, you almost don't want to risk getting involved with other people. And then we've got the anxiety about timing. So worried that something is happening too quickly or that it's taking too long to happen. And then also the cookie jar. Cookie jar is coming through, just saying to treat yourself, to look after yourself. Maybe you're good at self-healing as well. And this is what that's talking about, that maybe you don't trust other people because you think that you're the best person to do your own healing. I can also see a cloud there, which makes me think of every cloud having a silver lining, or in this case, a golden lining, which is even better. So like this sense of optimism there, knowing that every experience has taught you something. And you have a salamander, so a fire elemental coming through for you. I feel like there is some strong fire energy for a lot of you here, also some earth as well. So a lot of you work with fire elementals. So let's get your dice on top as well, group 3, to finish up. Okay, number 3, so we're rolling the mystery dice for you. They look like this. And I'm rolling 6 of them for you today. The spider straight away makes me think of manifestation, like someone who weaves their own reality. We've got the documents there, so that makes me think of writing down what you want to manifest, like using writing as a way to increase your power. Working out what you want. I think a lot of this is goal-oriented or focused towards improving your chances in life, improving the opportunities that you have. There is this siren there, this alarm signal, so this does make me think that you are afraid of something, or that there is something that stops you from taking certain risks. I feel like this is related to other people, like you're really on the lookout for red flags. Then you've got the resurrection happening here. This, I was going to say this earlier when I saw the older male, but then I thought when I was talking that it was related to the past difficult experience, which I think for a lot of you it is. But also I feel like a lot of you are very much in contact with the spirit world, or you're very much in contact with your ancestors and spirit guides. Even if you're not consciously aware of that, you do get signs and signals from them. You do get little nudges from them to help you, because you are permanently being watched over by these people. You're permanently being protected and watched over by these ancestors and by these relatives in spirit, and of course by your spirit guides as well. So I hope this made sense for you, Group 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do comment below and let me know how it resonated with you. And I would love it as well if you would consider subscribing if you haven't already, and if you would like this video if you enjoyed it. Also, if you would like to help out the channel in any way, I have a few links in the description box as to how you can do that. So I have an Instagram page for the channel where I'm trying to post daily cards, although I'm not managing to do it quite every day. Some days I miss a day, but usually I'm able to do it every day. I also have a PayPal link for tips and donations to the channel, which just helps me continue doing these videos. I've also got an Amazon wish list for new tarot and oracle decks, so if you're feeling really generous like the lovely Anita was, then please do consider checking that out and seeing if there are any decks on there that you think would go well with other decks that I use on the channel. And if you'd like to get that for the channel, that would be really, really kind. So thank you so much to everyone who has done that, or who has considered donating, or who has donated in some way. Thank you to all of you. Also, of course, my Patreon page, where you get monthly rewards in return for supporting the channel. That is linked in the description. And my Etsy page as well. Now, that is currently offering a very limited amount of things. I am planning to offer some readings on the weekends, but that is due to personal reasons that I'm currently unable to offer my usual amount of stuff. I am still offering angel healing sessions and affirmation card pulls and Wheel of Wisdom spins, but most readings are currently unavailable, or they're on a very restricted offering. So do still check it out if you're interested in getting a reading with me, or a healing, or anything like that. Check it out and see if there's anything there that you would like. But thank you to everyone who has been very kind about the personal reasons why I can't offer them at the moment, and thank you to everyone who's been very understanding about that as well. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for watching, Group 3. Thank you for listening to me all this time, and have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Take care.